Hey, good morning, everybody. This is your hillbilly historian coming to you from the hills of East Tennessee to bring you some history you won't find in your textbooks. Today, I want to talk about the TVA, Tennessee Valley Authority, one of the most corrupt agencies in the entire United States. And I do mean corrupt. Now, Tennessee Valley Authority was started by a bunch of socialists in Washington, D.C., who had absolutely no respect at all for the people of the Tennessee Valley. And FDR, he had a goal in mind. He was a devout socialist, Marxist, deep state communist, and he wanted to nationalize all the utility companies in the United States. And TVA was to train a bureaucracy to run all these government taken and controlled utility companies. Thank God for America, but regrettably for Tennessee Valley Authority was a complete, total failure. Now, there's, my God, I don't know how many dams on the Tennessee Valley Authority shit list. They got a bunch of them. And you know, not one single dam produces much more than 100 megabytes each. TVA's first dam, Norris, at first only produced about 100 megawatts, and then they upgraded, and I think now it's capable of 120, 130 megawatts. Still, compared to the same water-driven power in the northwest of the United States, states of Oregon and Washington, their dams produce 6,000 megawatts a day. 6,000! And they ain't a single Tennessee dam much over 100 megawatts. 6,000 compared to 100. That is loser mentality, total loser mentality. So it was, TVA took control of the Tennessee River Valley. They permanently flooded 750,000 acres just to, in their own words, to prevent flooding in 1,500 acres in Chattanooga. And Chattanooga was kind of an anomaly. They should never have built a city there to begin with. It was a river with curves and where water would back up, move slowly. When there was a lot of it, it would create flooding. And so TVA still has not prevented flooding in Chattanooga. I remember in January, February 1980, I think it was, Chattanooga was underwater, despite TVA. Hey, you got the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers that have all the dams on the Cumberland River project. Nashville got flooded, $30 billion worth of damage and $50 billion worth of damage, and 30 people drowned because they didn't want to lower the water in the dams because they claimed the cold water would disturb the fish in the rivers if they let it out and lowered the water in their dams. So Nashville residents had to die to the tune of 30 people and $50 million in property damage. So government agencies suck. Look what the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers did in Katrina, New Orleans. Boy, they blew that one. Then it was full court press to cover up everything after Katrina. They spent millions trying to cover up their inefficiencies and their uh, inabilities and their incompetence. But TVA, before TVA, before 1935, Tennessee's economy was way ahead of Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, Alabama, Kentucky, Arkansas, Mississippi, Georgia. After TVA, Tennessee's economy dropped below every one of those states, every one of the surrounding states. I remember living in a little town in Cahutta, Georgia. We were on Georgia Power. People across the street from us were on TVA. Georgia Power bought power from TVA and then sold it to us cheaper than the people who lived across the street who were directly connected to TVA. TVA rips people off. They're a sorry bunch of people. And TVA is a government agency which the government in Washington, D.C. has no authority over. The president can appoint board members, and that's it. Once they're appointed, they're on their own. Did you know TVA was given the authority to borrow money? It's one of the few government agencies that can actually go out and borrow money. And you know there's only 7 countries out of 200 in the entire world that owe more money, more debt than Tennessee Valley Authority. They have borrowed themselves crazy. They're like the U.S. government. Just borrow. And one day they'll have to default on all that. And when they do, the Chinese will own the entire Tennessee Valley Authority. But, yeah, they're a sick bunch of bureaucrats. They pay good. They pay their employees good. But the surrounding salaries suck. It's, of course, Tennessee economy is growing. Nashville and Knoxville areas are growing like crazy. Tennessee has no income tax and sales tax up around 9-10%. But they have pretty moderate property taxes, but no income tax. So you can work without having to pay income tax in Tennessee. It's but Tennessee Valley Authority is one of the most corrupt, demented agencies. Do you know, they tried to claim that Tennessee Valley Authority would prevent drowning from flooding and stuff. So they got out of the business of drowning, so they claim. But they've run a little trick on the Tennessee people. And it's really sad because the Tennessee Valley Authority has their own police force. It's just about every government agency in America has their own police force, their own SWAT teams, helicopters, black SUVs, machine guns, artillery, aircraft, where they can bomb their enemies. Every government agency is armed to the teeth. There's TVA. They have their own police. And when somebody drowns on a Tennessee Valley Authority lake, if they drag their feet and let the county near where the drowning took place be the first EMTs and police present, then that's counted as a county drowning and not a Tennessee Valley Authority lake drowning. And so they drag their feet and avoid taking responsibility for drownings on the Tennessee Valley Authority. But they police the lakes, and they, like most police departments, there's abuse, and there's people who are mature, manly, womanly, and admit to judicious restraint. But Tennessee Valley Authority, founded by socialists and run like a socialist nation, and it is corrupt to the core. Tennessee Valley Authority should be totally abandoned, and the whole thing should be privatized, because obviously the Tennessee Valley Authority, the way it's run now, has no capability in making a profit and paying for itself, standing on its own 2 feet. So that is my assessment of the Tennessee Valley Authority. It's an agency that should be privatized or totally shut down. It's sickening the way they run it. But anyway, this is your hillbilly historian coming to you. Oh, if you really want to see how evil TVA is, check out Ron Sharp's Trail of Tears on YouTube. Ron Sharp, SHARP, Trail of Tears. It's a real short video, but he had some issues. He couldn't finish it for several years, and then a lot of the people he wanted to interview passed away, the people who had been dispossessed of their property. And so he only got a really short but strong video, and I recommend you watch it. Ron Sharp, Trail of Tears on YouTube. You can do a search and it comes right up. It's educational in how TVA really, really screwed over the people of the Tennessee Valley and wiped out their homes, their farms, their independence. It's amazing how socialist governments can make so many people dependent on the government for survival. It's about all socialism is good for. But anyway, this is your hillbilly historian signing off, and coming to you with history you'll never find in your history books, high school or college. You have to dig deep to find the kind of history I come up with. But anyway, you have a nice day today.